Hey everybody, welcome back to the Liz and Marty show. Thank you for joining us again this Wednesday, this beautiful Wednesday, to listen to our show. We really appreciate you guys that listen to us every week, and this episode's gonna be jam-packed with a bunch of topics.
So many topics. Hi, everyone. Hope your Wednesday's going great. Stay tuned. This podcast, we're going to be talking a little bit about Juneteenth and, some people that just missed the mark there. Love to see it, hate to see it. We're going to be talking about T-Pain. Everybody loves him. Your favorite R&B singer from middle school that just kind of went off the charts. We're going to be talking about Amazon. What's a Liz and Marty show
Without an
without
Amazon.
talking about
Without
Amazon.
roasting Jeff.
And most exciting, we have a giveaway planned. So make sure to stay to the end to listen into all the details and how you can enter our giveaway. So without further ado, let's get right into the episode. So first off, my topic that I wanted to hit on today, I was on, scrolling through Twitter.
Okay.
Babe, do you remember TPain, the artist, the rapper?
Yes, I remember T-Pain.
TPain and all his lovely collabs and auto-tune.
Oh, his auto-tune, yeah.
Yes. Well, I guess he did there was this clip on from a Netflix series called This Is Pop.
Okay.
And I guess it's like they're like interviewing celebrities and stuff like that, and they kind of go deep diving into like their musical history and stuff.
Okay.
And T-Pain was one of the artists that was featured in that show. I didn't really watch the show. I just thought this news was funny because T-Pain was trending on Twitter.
Oh, that's funny.
He says that he shares that in one of his clips that one time Usher, who we all know, Usher.
Yeah.
T-Pain was on a plane, and he gets waken up by the flight attendant.
Okay.
And says, Usher wants to speak to you in the back. So he's sharing this anecdote on the
Netflix.
on the series.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's like, Usher would like to have a word with you in the back. And he goes, and he's like, I guess Usher was like, hey dude, just want to let you know, like, you're killing it or something like that. But also, you ruined music for those who really do know how to sing.
Dang.
He told T-Pain that because of his auto-tune, he ruined music. And T-Pain came out saying that he felt that was where his depression began. His depression of 4 years began because of the comment that Usher made to him.
That's super whack.
And I was like, dude, okay, I love T-Pain. Like, anytime I hear a T-Pain song at the club or in the radio or whatever, like, those remind me back to, take me back to, like, my middle school days. Like, who didn't listen to T-Pain is the real
he was
question.
freaking huge everywhere.
Heck yeah, he had all the bops. Like, he was making songs with Akon, Pitbull.
Lonely Island.
Lonely Island, like,
I'm on a boat.
Everybody knows T-Pain, and like, I think that's what made him so different too. Is like, you didn't like it was obvious that it was auto-tuned, so it's like it was just different, and he was just like, yeah, like, out of all people, basically.
That's
he
funny.
thought he was like, Usher called him back just to be like, I don't know, like, say something.
T-Pain also
else.
appeared on my TikTok, but not from that. But he has now become a Twitch streamer. Like, he's really big on Twitch. He's really good at Call of Duty. And there was this clip that went viral where he's like playing online, and then he gets into like a lobby. Like, so before you start a match, you go into the lobby and everybody can chat there before you go into the game. And they started calling him the N-word and saying F this N-word. Everybody was like hardcore racism. He's like, okay, like, he didn't say nothing. He was just like, like, because he's live on Twitch, so what is he gonna say, right? So he's just like,
right,
kind of like smiling and just like, what the heck. And then he goes into they start playing, and he goes like on a killing spree. He's like, there's one, there's another one, yeah. He starts killing all of them. He's like, what's up now, eh? And then he's going like all crazy. and that clip went like super viral, and because just like it's really hard to do that, like to kill like 7 to 8 people in a row back to back on Call of Duty Warzone. It's like hardly impossible, and he did it, and everybody was like, he made like a stand or whatever, So I thought that was what you were gonna mention, but no.
He got payback. No, yeah, well, somebody did bring up in that Twitter thread that I was going through, where everybody was like, not Usher waking him up just so he can put him down.
that's so dumb, like that he would even say that, because I mean, I don't think he ruined music with autotune. I just think that's another form of music. Like, it's not the same thing, dude. Like, you do singing, he does autotune. It's like, Skrillex ruined techno music. EDM. No, it's not the same thing. It's Skrillex is like another sound. Like, I don't agree with Usher on that one. So yeah, dubstep.
Remember, I was the queen of EDM back in the day.
Oh God.
cringe. We won't get into that.
Dubstep always reminded me of like Transformers for some reason.
Well, I don't know.
Because he was always like, woo, 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 woo. And I was like,
oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah, so I always thought it was like a remix of like Transformer transforming, making a beat out of it.
That's funny. Yeah, why was Usher so pressed? I want to know. Maybe at the time he was like, T-Pain was just killing it, because he was killing it. He was always in the radio, and like Usher's like,
and maybe
I
also
have real talent. No one looks at me. No one cares about my music. It's like, okay, like the sun can shine for everybody. Like that sounds like a petty, backhanded compliment. Like, hey, dude, good job, but also I feel like your music ruined it for the rest of us.
I think it might be even pettier than that. I think it might be even that like T-Pain is not like the most handsome artist out there, and you know how Usher was always like viewed as like, like really hot or whatever. So I bet you he felt pressed about that too. Like, how can this ugly ass dude be getting this like famous with, he can't rap, he's not good looking, and he uses autotune in all his songs. How does this even work? Like, this guy's ruining music, like something petty ass shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe his ego was a little hurt by whatever, maybe looks or not looks, but also maybe, I don't know. I feel like a lot of, like when I'm just thinking like, I'm Usher, like, I see somebody else rising up. I'm good friends with them. What can I do or say that will kind of like push them off from doing what they're doing because it's good? So he knew that his influence was big because it's Usher, So it's like anything he could have said anything else. He could have said like, keep killing it, keep doing what you're doing, like, let's collab. No, he said you ruin music, which is like the worst thing you can say from a musician to another musician. Yeah. So I think that he wanted to kind of break him on that.
I don't know, but it didn't work.
Kind of did mentally.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, he said that's where his 4-year depression came from afterwards.
Oh wow, Jesus.
So that sucks. Imagine and so everybody's trying to drag and I guess cancel Usher. Oh my God. They're like waiting for Usher to apologize. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, that's what I came across yesterday. And I was like, I love T-Pain. Like, I can't believe, you just never hear about these like conversations.
And you found that on TikTok, you said?
Twitter.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, I was like, why is T-Pain trending on Twitter? But
that's hilarious. What else did you have? You don't want to do another one?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll do a topic. Well, since you found that on Twitter, I got something from TikTok, and I don't know, like, what do you think about it? Because Juneteenth just happened, and Juneteenth has just been announced as a holiday, right? A federal holiday.
Yes, it is now a federal holiday.
Yeah, so
for those who don't know, Juneteenth is also known as Freedom Day, and it's an annual holiday on June 19th that commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. Yeah,
and it was, I mean, I don't know, like this TikTok. Well, like, let's take a listen to this TikTok. Listen to this.
Okay.
So in honor of Juneteenth becoming a national holiday, Amazon gave us some shirts today. I'll turn the camera around so you can see. Juneteenth Freedom Day. And so that you know it's Amazon logistics, this is not even the warehouse I work for. So this is a leftover shirt that got brought to my warehouse. They also provided us with lunch today. And I opened this up, and when I tell you, the caucasity. fried chicken and cornbread. This company will do everything but pay us living wages and change our work environments to be safe and health conscious.
Okay, so there you go. Like, that's Amazon right there for you. They gave these people leftover T-shirts and fried chicken for Juneteenth. Like, what the, like, who approves this, you know? Like,
yeah, that's so cringe. I think, I don't know if you sent that one to me or not, and I was just like, I hate to see it whenever corporate tries to, like, air quotes, be inclusive, be woke, and kind of like be in tune with what the people expect to see from them, but then they completely miss the mark. It's like, you think a t-shirt and some free lunch will fix this person's, like, I don't know. No, it doesn't fix anything. Just like Biden announcing that this is an actual federal holiday now after, like, Lord knows how many years.
right.
Like, these people don't realize that we don't care for t-shirts or free lunches or federal holidays. We care about change.
Right.
And
like,
I
something
feel like,
for real.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like that I feel like a lot of companies starting to do that now. Like, as long as they could, like, hide behind some kind of movement or something, you know, like, yeah, we'll throw up a BLM flag as long as you don't question our tax returns,
Our motives or our pay or
yeah,
workers.
Yeah, like,
what
just
is it
hiding
called?
behind
Worker
movements.
conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Amazon. Now they're getting outed by everybody. Like, nobody likes to even work there. I even, like, I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how even Amazon encourages people to quit after 3 years because they don't want people to move up or,
Are you
like,
kidding me?
yeah, to move up or give raises or any of that kind of stuff. That they rather just hire people from outside for, like, they hire positions like managers and stuff like that, which is sounds kind of like crappy then, like, because then if you go to work at that warehouse, is it just a dead-end job where, like, nothing else can come out of it? So it's really like crazy for me to hear that. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people too, though, like, a lot of people are realizing what COVID did to people was it made people realize that not only I don't know if I haven't heard that what you said about Amazon encouraging people to quit after 3 years, but it may also just be that their turnaround is so high because of the conditions that people are working in. The pay is not that great. Maybe some overtime hours that, not overtime hours, but just long hours that they have to work to even, like, have a livable, you know, life. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And so what COVID did for a lot of people, which is moving into, like, the next point I wanted to bring up, was, like, people are no longer looking for retail jobs, or they're quitting their retail jobs because they're looking for something that's paying higher and that, you know, that probably doesn't require much.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. I mean, there's a lot of people that the thing that sucks about some of these companies as well, like, let's say, like, you're working at Amazon or whatever, they'll start you off at, like, let's say, like, $15 minimum wage for Amazon, which is 15, and then, like, for whatever reason they'll hire somebody else on for, like, $16, and then that person that's been there for a while kind of gets screwed over. And I know it doesn't just happen, like, on Amazon. It happens on a lot of jobs where people, like, are working, they've given it their best, and then somebody else gets hired, and then you find out that they're getting paid more than you, and you've literally been there and sacrificed more and given more, and companies don't take care of you, which is kind of ridiculous nowadays. And
I'm also very, like, I follow this, like, I have my algorithm on TikTok is heavily based on, you know, how to just say F corporate, F your job. Like, let's normalize, like, just doing your job to what we're supposed to and do nothing more than that, because companies will slowly but surely take advantage of that. Like, if they see that you're always hardworking and you always get your job done, and, you know, you're always out of work, and so you can pick up more work here and there, it's like you're never truly going to be compensated for doing that extra work.
Right.
And then you might be taking on other things that maybe belong to a different title. Instead of asking for more work, ask for a different title, because, you know, I just feel like, personally, working for corporate, like, I've seen that a lot. And I remember being super enthusiastic my first year coming in, recently graduated with my bachelor's, like, just super, super enthusiastic and like always wanting to do a great job, you know, go above and beyond. But just like, it's such a quick like reality check right after your first review cycle, when it's just like, oh, so all these extra things kind of, were those not considered, type of thing. And I was like, man, like, it's so true what they say. And just like a few months ago, there's been some restructuring with like how titles and pay is going to be distributed.
Mm-hmm.
Something that they announced. And so I know a lot of companies, big companies, are well aware that people are not going to return to jobs unless they get paid higher or a livable wage. And they need to quickly realize that it's not, you know, things are moving fast.
Yeah.
Just in less than a year, people are like, you know, things are going to change in the workforce for good. And I mean,
I feel they have to know.
Super interested on what that looks like.
Yeah. And even like we talked about this a few podcasts ago. We were talking about how Walmart is going to give their employee sorry, I got stuck on there. But how Walmart is going to give their employees a Samsung phone or something like that. Like I had come in here and said that Walmart is giving everybody that works for them in this store a Samsung phone. And at first it seems like a good thing, right? Like, oh wow, they're giving their employees, everybody, a handheld, and it's gonna be to take home, so you can take it home, and it works like a cell phone. You have walkie-talkie on there, and you're gonna be able to scan like your units. You're gonna be able to clock in from there, check if things are in stock or not, or whatever. It's gonna be like really helpful, right? But what now has come out of that, it has been that they're also gonna be tracked there, like where they at in their store, how many scans they're doing per like hour.
Heck no!
If they're clocking in on time or clocking in outside of time, it doesn't allow you to clock in like if you're outside of the store. Like, it's just like it's basically a monitoring system, which they got
micromanaging.
Yes, sure. Micromanaging as hell. Like, they got that idea from Amazon, because Amazon does that, and even like, which is kind of ridiculous. Whenever you get fired, I've heard, like, again from this podcast that I was listening to, it was like very Amazon heavy. They were saying that when you get fired, you just get a notification on your phone, like you've been terminated or something like that. Like, they don't even come up to you.
Stop right now. Are you kidding me?
I'm serious. That's what they were saying. I was like, what?
At least in the corporate world, they'll like bring out somebody with a box.
Yeah, your fucking handheld device.
Can you imagine? Yeah, you get a notification. Hey, just grab your stuff and leave right after this, and drop your phone off at the front if you don't mind.
Yeah, and get
Thanks,
that.
You're through.
Get out!
Get out!
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God, I really screamed on that one. I was thinking about that TikTok sound that's like, you need to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the notification sound to your termination notice is, you need to leave.
Getting fired with a fucking GIF. That'd be the worst.
Oh, right.
And then you send back the little GIF with the little boy just like with his Coke in his hand. He's licking all sides.
That sounds like, man, like, okay, getting fired like the traditional way is already like pretty crappy. Can you imagine just like, it's like being broken up via text. That's the worst.
Because I feel like if you get fired like face to face, you can kind of make like yourself an argument, like, why am I getting fired? Like, can we talk about this? Like, I can explain this, or something, whatever.
Or if you like, what kind of concerns did you have? Can I have some feedback? Like, right. I'm curious, like, what happens after that notification? Like, do they get their stuff, and like, do they still get to talk to their team lead, manager, or whatever? I
don't freaking know, but can you imagine, like, the notification comes up and it has right there, like, on 6/21/27, you did not meet your goal. On 6/28/21, you did not clock in on time, and on 6/28/21, you did not clock in on time, and then that's it. Terminated. No, if buts or excuses. Oh my god.
There's some states where your employer is not required to give you a
Reason?
a real reason.
Oh wow.
They're allowed to terminate you, and I think Missouri is one of them.
That sounds illegal. I don't know why.
I know, that sounds super illegal. It sounds like I need a lawyer up or something, but yeah, I think that is a thing that I've learned.
That sounds like someone's trying to set
but that
me up.
blows. Right. But what just blew my mind was like this statistic from the Washington Post that 649,000 retail workers have gave their notice in April. So 2 months ago. To quit, like gave their notice, like I'm out, like, and a lot of people are really not, maybe they're not looking for like a higher paying job, but they're also just like burnt out to the point where they're like, I have enough in my savings. I'm just going to take a sabbatical, or I'm going to go on a quick 2-week vacation and figure it out when I come back type of thing. Like people, I think COVID accelerated a lot of what we should have been doing a long time ago, which is like learning to value our time and appreciate our time outside of work. Because a lot of us make our work our lives instead of just, not that.
Yeah, like the saying says.
And I'm guilty as charged because I've done that in the past.
Okay.
And it's not a good feeling.
No, it's like they say, like you work to live, not live to work, So I feel like a lot of people.
That's the same.
Yeah, a lot of people came up on that. I feel like during this COVID time where people are just like, like I'm just stuck here.
And if it works for you, like awesome, like truly, like I'm in corporate and I still don't even, I still haven't found my place where I'm like, yeah, like this is the way. Absolutely, do whatever works for you. I love it. Whatever makes people happy. And I always tell you this: life is too short to be working a shitty job. Be working at a shitty job. It's just not it.
That's true. And I mean, but it's also people like, even some people like hate their job. They're tied up in there because of responsibilities that they have thrown on themselves. So the more responsibility you have, the more I feel like the more you get stuck in somewhere where you might not want to be, or where you feel like discouraged, but you can't quit or whatever. Maybe you have like kids and a mortgage and a car and 2 credit cards that you got out to get whatever, and then you're just kind of like,
Oh, are you exposing somebody right now? It sounded like that was a very specific.
I'm exposing myself right now.
No, that's true. I guess it's really not as easy as it sounds like. Like, yeah, just get up and leave, like find something else. It's not easy, I'm sure. And everybody has their reasons. But I think it's great, for those that are making that change, like good for you. Like, I'm glad you're at that spot. And I hope that people continue to like be their own advocate, because truly it's really hard to come across an employer that advocates for you like you would for yourself. Because the company only cares about themselves and themselves only. So if you find that place, great. And if not, just advocate for yourself and, do what's best for you and live your life. Hey, it's summer. Babe, it's summer. Did you realiad that?
Yeah, I did realize that whenever whenever I melted my hand touching my steering wheel. Yeah, it's been really hot here in Texas. 99 to like 110 degrees. And I got the cold for whatever damn reason in the summer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. I was just going to say, like, I read something on somewhere. Wow. So resourceful. That,
I read something somewhere.
I read someone told me that their cousin told me that, ever since we've stopped wearing masks all around, cold and the flu are now coming back.
Oh, wow.
And you're not the only person who's gotten the flu around me. So I'm still wearing my mask around people, not because I'm afraid of,
getting sick,
infecting others, but getting sick from others. Like,
yeah, I feel like my little sister gave me this cold because she was super sick, and now I'm super sick. So,
oh no.
Yeah, but I am getting better though. Even though I don't sound like I'm getting better, I feel like I'm getting better.
Yikes! You guys, let us know how Martin sounds. He sounds like he's R.I.P.
The guy sounds like I'm dead. What am I, a zombie?
No. Yeah, maybe. Zombie.
Speaking of zombies,
Oh, here we go.
no, I was gonna talk about how. I mean, just going back to Amazon again. From Amazon has been messing up like on all fronts, from their warehouse all the way to their video, because ever since I got my Kindle, like I've been reading a lot, like I said previous in the previous podcast, and there's this series that I've been reading called The Wheel of Time, and that book is supposed to be like the next Game of Thrones, and they're making it into like a series on Amazon Prime Video, and they just released like the cast like 2 days ago, and they casted everybody white, and so like nobody like, I mean, just I guess in Reddit and on Twitter, people were like, did they even read the book? Because like the main character, like, well, the second main character, she's black, and why is everybody white? He's like, in the like a couple of the guys that like use the swords or whatever, they're like Asian, and they're like, and
there's like
that,
no diversity.
no diversity.
It's like when you get assigned to read a chapter and you come to class so unprepared, you're like, yeah, so this happened. They definitely did not read the book, it sounds like.
No, yeah, like the kids are like, no, I watched the movie, I didn't read the book.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was just like nobody was really trying to cancel anybody, because a lot of people are looking forward to that becoming a series. But just like, I mean, have you not been watching the news? Have you not been watching social media? Like, what's like, like I said again, who approves these stuff? Like, that says, oh yeah, everybody.
And like I was telling you.
No, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like I was telling you, like I'm pretty sure there's plenty of talent in Hollywood or wherever it is that you're casting from.
Right.
There's plenty. I highly doubt you weren't able to find one person, one POC in there.
Yes, which is kind of ridiculous. And I was just like, wow, yeah, you really missed the mark on this one. Like, again, for the 5th time. And it's
Amazon.
just too much. That also happened, I think, for another movie called, or is it a movie? Yeah, I think it was a movie. The one they were telling me about it, that's based like in New York, about Latinos.
Oh, In the Heights.
In the Heights, yeah.
In the Heights is, I don't know, really. I don't watch the Broadway show or anything, but I was really excited to support it just because I knew it was, if you've watched Hamilton, it's from the creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. So he created that In the Heights show, I think, or co-wrote it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
well, yeah.
He was being dragged on social media because his entire cast, they're all Latinos, but there was not one Afro-Latino to be found, where that's usually all there is in the Heights.
In the Heights, it's like, the Heights is like a place in New York City, like, where all kinds of Latinos stay there, like Puerto Ricans, like everybody's like from the Dominican Republic, and everybody knows that they're all mainly like brown and like black, like Latinos, and in the movie they're all white again, like all white complected Latinos, which is just like, come on, dude, like, really, nothing.
Right. Like, if there's anything we learned from Selena the movie and Selena the celebrity, is that it really does, there's something to be said about, it matters who you put on the screen, because people are watching and people will start to relate to that person and start to look up to that person, and it is like, you can't be what you don't see.
Right.
And I feel like it's so important for like these younger generations to be able to, even just like on TikTok, like most of the big TikTok creators, like, and I don't want to discredit those that are killing it, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, for the majority, the majority are white. Like, and I feel like not enough credit is being given to POC. But if I'm correcting myself right now as I speak, like, we also do a very poor job of like advocating for those Black creators or people of color, because we're always so focused on who's popular. And I feel like that's what the news and the media does. Yeah. They only, highlight who's popular and, don't talk about the other, or the rest of the creators who are just as successful. So.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just think we need to change the narrative. And like, just like right now, like when I came to that realization, like oftentimes we're, conversating about like, oh, did you hear about this and this and this? And it's like, let's stop. If we really are conscious about like what kind of content we consume and who are we giving our attention and likes and views to, we can really, make some change and give those people who, give the platform to the people who really do deserve it. And if we want to highlight those Black creators and, Afro Latinos, like we would, but I just feel like because it's not something that's, anyway. Speaking of, just kidding. I don't have what is it called?
A what?
A smooth segment to my next topic, but I thought it was so crazy. I was reading that there was this California kayaker who got like rescued from the ocean. Okay, first of all, that's like, I think that was a new fear unlocked for me. Like, I cannot imagine being like either on a boat or just like enjoying, I don't know, whatever, and then I fall off in the ocean and I'm just like completely helpless. Can you imagine being in a huge ocean body of water like that? Yes.
A desert.
Oh my God, so terrifying.
A desert of water.
Well, anyway, this person was stranded, I guess, on the coast of Santa Cruz, California, and apparently that rescue, so the U.S. Coast Guard rescued him, but it wasn't free.
Oh yeah.
Any guesses as to how much? Any guesses as to how much that rescue costs?
With a helicopter or no? With a helicopter or a boat?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
it was a helicopter. It was a helicopter.
Oh, helicopter? Rescue. I'm gonna say like 15,000. Really?
Okay, that's your first guess.
That's my first guess. Higher or lower?
Second guess. Higher.
25,000.
Higher.
45,000.
Close. $42,000.
Wow.
Can
Great.
you imagine?
I cannot.
Okay, first of all, I can't even imagine how. But here's the catch: that who pays for that 42,000?
Who?
Apparently, and people weren't really happy about it. I think the taxpayers pay that $42,000.
Oh, because it's from the Coast Guard, right? Yeah, so we do pay for the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Well,
I
that's
just thought
good.
it was such an interesting, like, can you imagine just being dropped? But that's what happens too. It's just like when you get in an accident. It's like you go to the hospital. It's like, well, who gets to pay it? You. But in this case, everyone gets to pitch in for, you're lost at sea.
That makes sense, because the last thing I want to get after being rescued is a fucking bill that says 42,000 on there, and I'm just like, God. I did not ask for this.
Is hefty.
What
would you do with $42,000 instead of spending it on a helicopter rescue?
With 42,000?
Yeah.
I'd probably get myself like a little car or something.
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
todo tu 42,000.
There you go. That's it. That's what I would do. What would you do? 42?
With 42, that's a lot of money. I'd probably take my dream vacation first, save some, and then give the rest to my parents or something.
Oh, how thoughtful. Makes me look like I didn't think about it much. Just buy a car.
I just feel like I feel like I've had that question asked. I mean, it can be different amounts, but like, you always ask that question. Like, you get asked that when you're little. Like, if you were a millionaire, what would you do? And I just feel like that's kind of like always been my, like, obviously I treat myself to a great vacation.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to talk to these people about, are these people our listeners, about the giveaway that we're going to be announcing?
Drum roll. Yes. So we are going to have a giveaway since this is our 20th episode, and we've been going at it since April. We thought it'd be a good opportunity to give something back to you guys. And I think it's something you guys are going to like. Something we maybe not necessarily talk about all the time, but it comes from a topic that we always talk about. But yeah, so it's going to be a quick giveaway. We're going to post all the details on our Instagram. So if you don't follow us, what are you doing? Second of all, go follow us. It's at Liz and Marty Show on Instagram. And yeah, go and enter. Share to your friends. Tell them to enter. You don't want to miss it. And we're just so grateful. Super, super grateful that you guys are tuning in every week and listening and supporting us. And like, I love when people just tell me that they feel like they're in the room having a drink and listening to us talk.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
the biggest compliment I get from people.
Yeah, for sure. So also remember that as a giveaway, like, we're not in the thousands of listeners, so be happy that you have like a way bigger opportunity to win, since we don't have like thousands of listeners. So your opportunity to win is probably really high. So we really appreciate you guys if you go over to our Instagram and enter and share the giveaway. And we really hope you guys like it.
Yeah, so go ahead and enter, and all entries are appreciated. I cannot wait. So like I said, all details will be posted. Go ahead and head to our Instagram. But yeah, that's going to be it for our episode today. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you, everybody.
I wish we could go on a little bit longer, but it looks like Martin's throat is
closing up on me.
Yeah. Shut down.
So
no worries. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys for supporting us and listening like always. Like I said, go enter our giveaway. And you guys have a great rest of your week.
See ya.
Bye.